My God, look at that rain. It's torrential. I'm at the pharmacy, but I can't leave. I'm trapped. This is crazy. I'm trapped at the pharmacy. I have errands I need to run, but I can't go out and I will be soaking wet in 3 seconds. The rain has stopped, but wow, that was intense. And while this neighborhood doesn't see much damage except for huge puddles, in the poorer neighborhoods of the city, in the favelas, when it rains that hard, sometimes there are mudslides and landslides because Salvador is a very hilly city, and sometimes homes are damaged and destroyed. I'll check the news later to see if that happened. But in my own apartment, it rained so hard that some water got into the living room, and I think it may have damaged the internet box or router, or whatever you call it. Might have gotten wet and damaged because I have no internet right now and no cable TV. It might be just that the whole area is down. That happens sometimes. But I'm gonna have to do something if it's my box that got wet. Life in the tropics. But I'm not really complaining because I love intense storms. They're very dramatic. Everything turns vibrantly green and lush and tropical. So no real complaints from me. I am walking in the opposite direction today. I've been walking too frequently to Rio Vermelho. I like that route, but I need some variety. So I think I'm going to turn right when I get up to the lighthouse and head up the hill to the Cidade Alta, the upper city. And there's almost no one on the beach today. I see a couple of lone umbrellas, but basically the beach is empty. Not surprising considering how much rain we had earlier today and that it's cloudy. Not very good beach weather today, and a bit cooler and wetter in the wintertime, which of course are the summer months up in the northern hemisphere. I'm walking up the hill now to the upper city on this street that follows the Bay of All Saints, the Baía de Todos os Santos. Down there, very beautiful. A beautiful view indeed on my way up to the Cidade Alta, the upper city. All that rain, that heavy, intense rain yesterday was very nice, except for one thing. When I was out, I left this door open, and the rain went over the edge and flooded into the living room a little bit, and got the, what is that called? The Wi-Fi router, the Wi-Fi box, whatever, wet, and it didn't work anymore. And of course, nobody can live without Wi-Fi these days. So the company came this afternoon, and they were very nice, and they gave me a new box, a router, and you notice I put it on top of a box now, off the floor, and I'll get something nicer as soon as I can, but temporarily it's on a box so that if the water ever comes in the apartment again, it'll be somewhat protected. Life in the tropics. Well, I didn't get to take my long walk today because I was waiting in the apartment for the cable person, or rather the Wi-Fi person, to arrive to exchange my router box, which she did successfully. But that's okay, because I'm taking a nap, a walk at dusk in my neighborhood along the seafront. Very, very pleasant. And getting my little bit of exercise in, my daily walk. The sunsets here at Porto de Baja Beach are always beautiful. As I've said many times before, I feel very, very fortunate to live here in Salvador, Bahia, Brazil. Obrigado, minha menja. Achei. My brother-in-law Eliamar's last day at his job is the 14th of this month. Today is the 5th, so that means in 9 more days, or rather in 10 more days, I will have my apartment all to myself. What's that going to be like? It's going to be wonderful and a little strange too. I mean, I'm going to be living by myself, and I don't have a big network of friends here in Salvador like I used to many years ago. But I learned my lesson from that. I spread myself too thin, and I've definitely tightened my circle, maybe a little bit too much. Of course, my other brother-in-law, Elcinho, and my stepdaughter, Camilla, will still live on my street. Camilla in my building. But, oh, and I do have some acquaintances from years ago. But a close friend, no. But that's okay. One of the things I've discovered about myself as I've gotten older is I am pretty much an introvert. Not a deep introvert. Obviously, I don't think I would be having a public YouTube channel if I were a complete introvert. But I have a high tolerance for being alone. I like my own company. I don't crave constant companionship. I know how to entertain myself. But we'll see. I also like people in my life. Maybe it's time to make a new close friend here in Salvador. We'll see. It's certainly easy to make friends here. I will say that, based on my experience. And of course, my brother-in-law Eliamar is not going to completely disappear. He's moving back to his small city about 4 hours west of here, on the other side of the bay. But, ooh, this lady just got red. He just looked, there's a robber running away. Pobrecinha, that poor old lady, he stole her purse. MFer. She's still running after him and screaming at him. That's brave of her. I think it's because of this neighborhood. Any other place, best thing to do is to let the robber take what he wants. Otherwise, something horrible will happen. I've mentioned that my first year here, I was robbed at knife point. A knife held to my throat, and I immediately surrendered my wallet. But of course, it had a happy ending. The police just happened to roll up and catch the thieves. Oh, look, there's a police car, a patrol car. Gonna get him. Good. Get that SOB. Oh, maybe she'll have a happy ending too. I hope so. I mean, she's an older woman trying to outrun this young guy, huffing and puffing and yelling for help. And just like what happened to me, there's a patrol car right there. And they must have seen what was happening, and they I'm walking in that direction. I doubt. I hope they catch him by the time before he finds a way to run off into a side street. But I really hope she has the same happy ending I had, where I got my wallet back. Back in this direction, the police apparently were not after the Ladrell, but she ran back, and now she's confronting him. She's confronting the guy, but now the people standing next to her saying that she got confused in the chase, that she's after the wrong guy. But she's adamant that the guy that she's pointing at is the guy who robbed her. I feel bad for her. She's Brazilian. Because, as I've said, the same thing happened to me. And there's a police patrol car. Can you see the red lights? Why don't they swivel their heads and see what's going on? I don't understand. I'm glad it wasn't me. And as I was walking and filming, a local, whoa, here comes a bus right behind me. Get out of the way. A local said, he heard me speaking in English as I'm filming this, and he said, be careful, they'll grab your cell phone. And I thanked him, and then I started speaking to him in Portuguese to let him know that I'm a local. I told him I'm a local and that I do this all the time. I'm aware of the risk, and I told him how last year, not this year, but last year at Carnival, my cell phone was snatched out of my hand while I was filming, and it was very unpleasant. So, I should say, I sometimes forget I've been a victim twice. But of course, that's over a 23-year period. As I said, the first time I didn't lose anything. The second time I lost a cell phone, but I was not harmed in any way, except materially. When I lost my cell phone, and our whole lives are on our cell phones nowadays, and I was a whole week without a cell phone. That was unpleasant. But anyway, it's a good reminder to keep my head on a swivel at all times. I sometimes let my guard down while I'm walking around filming for YouTube, for all of you, and that's a good reminder that I need to be always alert and aware, because it is an issue here. I'm not gonna lie. Across the street, she finally found a policeman. The police, they're slowly responding. Oh, they're stopping the bus, thinking that the ladrão, the robber, got on the bus. Anyway, I think it's better not to be filming this. You see those 3 teenage guys there? They all have their hands on their head, and that's the victim there talking to the police. And oh boy, they're going to be in big trouble if they are found. Oops, they are found to have done it. I don't know, I can't help but feel sorry for them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys, young black kids from the favela who come down to Baja. This is an upper middle and rich neighborhood. There's so many layers to all of this. From where I can see, it's a little difficult to see, but it looks like she might be getting her, I think, cell phone back, which would be the same thing that happened to me. The police caught the 2 robbers who held the knife at my throat and gave me back my wallet. Oh no, it looks like she's looking in the backpacks for what was stolen. So I don't know what the outcome is yet, but anyway, it's kind of interesting in a horrible kind of way. I feel bad for all of them. Nope, all 5 of them were let go. And I hope it's not another example of a white woman falsely accusing 4 black teenagers. Oh, it's upsetting. It's upsetting. Very upsetting to me. Having been a victim, but also being very aware of how the police mistreat Afro-descendentes, especially young men. A lesson: never jump to conclusions. that added a unpleasant twist to my evening walk. A lot of layers and lessons in that little incident about race and class and power and poverty. Food for thought and contemplation. You know, an incident like that is confusing. For example, when my cell phone was snatched out of my hand at Carnival last year, I saw who did it. It was a little short guy. I saw him, I started going after him, and other people in the crowd grabbed him and shook him down, patted him down for me. I knew it was him, but my cell phone was not on his person, and they work really quickly. They're not working alone. What they do is they grab it and then they hand it off to an accomplice. And that accomplice probably hands it off to somebody else. And they do it very, very quickly, and they're very adept. So, oftentimes when they're caught, they no longer have the evidence, and they have to be let go. On the other hand, those 5 teenagers could have been completely innocent and simply profiled for being young, black, and poor. So it is confusing and wrought with ramifications, and it's disturbing. But in the end, I feel sorry for that older woman who was robbed because she's out of a cell phone, and cell phones are expensive here or anywhere, and you lose a lot of personal information and accounts. I know it's happened to me. I know what it's like. So I feel sorry for the victim and for anybody who might have been falsely accused, and for the world in general, which is a pretty messed up place right now, if you're following the news. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, and just to put the incident in context, I have been robbed at gunpoint and knife point 5 or 6 times in the United States, in the city of New York and the city of San Francisco. So, lest anybody feel superior or, oh, isn't that terrible? It happens everywhere. It's happened to me in my own home country. I even once walking down the street, I got knocked unconscious. So I've had far, far worse experiences in the United States. And with that, I'm going to head home now and relax and end the evening on a happier note, I hope. Thanks as always for joining me. Beijos. Ciao.